Hello YouTube, this is Octane-Reaper. I haven't uploaded a video in quite a long time, and I actually wasn't going to and had no plans to. But then I figured that I think it would be a good time for me to express my concerns with the next Call of Duty that's about to launch. I watched the live reveal on several channels. I actually watched it through Nero Cinema first. Nero Cinema is an awesome channel that I've been watching for years. I love the dude. He puts out great content, and he just has an overall positive take at looking at Call of Duty. And he's always tried to be very positive. But him and several other YouTubers that I've watched and still watch to this day have actually pretty much discontinued playing Modern Warfare. A lot of them don't play it anymore if they don't like it. Myself included. I come back I would say every few months, every couple weeks, just to try it out, just to see if there's any hope left. And most of the time I just find myself disappointed, annoyed, and I just walk away from it shaking my head. I can honestly say, like, genuinely for the first time, this is the first time I've ever disliked a Call of Duty. Now they've had games that they've launched that they had features in them that annoyed me, or things that I could complain about, or I had gripes, and things that I just didn't want to deal with for that year. Infinite Warfare, I don't think that it was a bad game. I just believe that it launched at a terrible time. You know, it launched right after Black Ops 3 and Advanced Warfare just happened. We just had two advanced movement games, so I believe it launched at a bad time. So I honestly, like, I can say that there's never really been a Call of Duty that I straight up just disliked and couldn't play until Modern Warfare came out. There's just so many changes and restructuring of the wheel that they just didn't need to happen. And as a longtime fan, it kind of felt like I was alienated, and I'm sure a lot of other people have felt that way. But the reason why I am concerned for the next Call of Duty going forward is, despite it being a Treyarch game, is because I hear there's similar features that are being brought over from Modern Warfare into Black Ops Cold War. And while I understand that Modern Warfare can be looked at as a success, I don't think that success needs to be re-emulated again, and Treyarch has never done that. You know, when Modern Warfare 3 came out, they didn't re-emulate the success of Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3 is the most successful Call of Duty ever made, as far as sales go. I know launch day sales, it was the most high-selling Call of Duty ever. Nothing ever outsold that. But what has me kind of worried is that I think, or from my understanding, I think maybe Activision is kind of pushing Treyarch in the direction of emulating that success of Modern Warfare. And I just don't want to see a lot of those features brought forward again. You know, the core changes that they made being like the radar and the compass. I don't want to see that brought forward. I don't understand why that was changed. I don't think anyone was really complaining about that to begin with. So I personally just do not want to see that brought forward. I want the radar to be the way it always has been. I would say probably the best radar system we had was like Black Ops 3 or Ghost. With that nice like rectangular radar, it showed a good bit, and it had arrows that pointed up or down depending on their location, of like up or above you, or below you, or on your same floor level. I just don't want to see that radar changed, man. That's a core like component of Call of Duty. It's a staple. And when they changed that, it just, you could see how it kind of affected the overall gameplay. Also, like Dead Silence, I don't really understand why that was not a perk. It should have been a perk. It always has been a perk. I don't think anyone's ever, like, another thing, I don't think anyone's ever complained about Dead Silence being like overpowered. That's not really a thing. If anything, you always hear more people complaining about someone being cheap and listening for footsteps or something like that. And then, you know, visibility and like aim down sight speed. All these attachments, you can equip them all, but hey, your gun's gonna aim slower. So I just don't like that. I just don't want to see these features brought forward. I don't want to basically have the same experience again. Modern Warfare definitely shines some light on the fact that, like, yeah, The other Call of Duties weren't that bad actually. I basically for a year straight I've just gone back and played Black Ops 4. I can't I just can't get into Modern Warfare, and to see them take features and emulate and literally copy and paste them into Black Ops Cold War, that makes me scared. Also with like the skill-based matchmaking, it feels like every match that I'm playing, like I'm in a league play or a championship or something like that, you know. And it's not that every single game I want to be able to, you know, pup stomp or just destroy the other team. That's not the case. I mean, of course that's enjoyable, and I think that's what everyone deep down wants to get to, but it's unreasonable, and that will never happen. There's always going to be someone better than you, and I accept that, and I'm willing to deal with that. But I don't want to have to deal with someone jump shotting, drop shotting, listening to my footsteps, spawn camping me every single game, you know. Like, I don't want to just have to try so hard every single match. I understand it's a competitive game. It is player versus player. That is kind of what it's about. I get that. But when you look at like Black Ops 2 or any of the older Call of Duties before this implementation, you were able to just go on, get on, and have a good time. If you did good or you didn't, it was up to the people in the lobby, you know. You could have some good people on your team, and you could have some really bad people on your team. And with the skill-based matchmaking, it seems like everyone's kind of like neutraling out. Everyone's going like, you know, a point, like just below a 1 KD or just above a 1 KD. Winning or losing is very, it's give or take. This is like the worst my ratio has been since probably I first started playing Call of Duty with like Modern Warfare 3 or Black Ops. And going forward, it just has me nervous, like, about the future of Black Ops Cold War. When I go in and I play games like Black Ops 4 or basically any other old Call of Duty, I'm still able to have fun. You know, and I have my bad games, and yeah, that happens. It's still frustrating, but I'm able to have good games. In Modern Warfare, I don't really ever have good games. My other friends, we all kind of just like level out, we even out. So it's definitely kind of, I don't know. I guess you could say humbling when you play Modern Warfare. You're like, oh, maybe I'm not actually that good. All these years I've been playing, they don't count for anything. I don't know. Black Ops Cold War, I just want to come in and be that good game again, kind of like Black Ops 4, Black Ops 2. I just want to have that good time again. I just want to be able to like have that fun factor, you know, getting on and looking forward to getting off of work, you know, and coming home and playing games and stuff like that. And unfortunately, Modern Warfare didn't capture that for me. I wasn't able to have that experience. And Black Ops Cold War, you know, it's an awesome setting. It looks awesome just from that reveal. You know, that 60s to 80s Cold War, that looks so awesome. I've been wanting that for years. But if they're going to carry the features forward from Modern Warfare, I feel like that's going to handicap the game. You know, Modern Warfare, aesthetically, it is like I think it's the best looking Call of Duty ever. Aesthetically, like the way it looks, the graphics, the guns, the gunplay, the sounds, all of that, the animations, fantastic, absolutely fantastic. But with all the core changes to the gameplay that they made, it completely handicaps the experience. And I would hate to see that into Black Ops Cold War. Now I know that there are some like positive changes that they made with Modern Warfare, such as like the post-launch content. That is awesome. It's kind of like the best of both worlds, because typically Call of Duty releases map packs, you know, and basically it fragments the player base. So you have people that don't buy the DLC. They only play with people that don't have the DLC. Then there's people that buy the first map pack. They play with the people that have the first map pack in the game only. And then, you know, and so on and so forth. So if someone has, like, if you buy all the DLC, you're only going to be matched up with people that have all of the DLC. Or if, you know, you buy the first and third, you're only going to be matched up with people that have the first and third, which is a very rare scenario. And it fragments the player base. And then also, you know, it's not everyone gets to experience, you know, the new content. Now, don't get me wrong, with this system, less content is dropping. I can admit that. But I would honestly rather it be this way than any other way. And it is nice for once to not have supply drops in a game. Now, all the microtransactions and stuff in the game, they're very expensive, but you don't have to buy them, and they're only just cosmetic, and that's what we've been wanting for years. Just cosmetic only transactions. We don't want anything that's added in the game that, you know, alters the gameplay or gives someone else an advantage over you, or like a weapon. And they've been doing that for years. Black Ops 4 was they did that with their season pass. You know, you were able to get the weapons through the season pass, but once that season was done, you couldn't get it unless you got lucky and got it out of a supply drop. Well, luckily a year later, kind of too little too late in my opinion, but they made it to where you can exchange 50 crates for a weapon. And I just don't understand like why systems like that aren't in place to begin with, or like in Modern Warfare, to where if the season's done, they just make a challenge available for the weapon to unlock it. And those challenges sometimes not too difficult. They were all easy to get done, you know, and I feel like that is probably the most fair system we've seen. It was really fair, and that is one like change that they've made to the series, is that I would like to see going forward pretty much in every entry. You know, you pay $10 for the season pass, you get all the items on the top, and you still get the free items on the bottom. It's a very fair system. Everyone gets access to the new map packs, and everyone gets access to the new weapons. And that's kind of what the game's about, you know. Like, at least post-launch, that's what it's about: weapons and map packs. And yeah, I would like to see that system going forward. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that, like, I just don't want to have another Modern Warfare again in 2020. I don't want Black Ops Cold War to be just like Modern Warfare. The core changes that they made, I want to be reverted. You know, I want Dead Silence to be a perk. I want the radar to be normal. I want player visibility to be pretty decent. You know, I don't want every attachment that I run to slow down my in-down sight speed. I don't want to be sweating every single match that I play because of the skill-based matchmaking. I understand that the skill-based matchmaking is there to help new people get into the series, but man, I remember back when I first started playing Call of Duty, I wasn't catered to like that. I didn't have my handheld, so why should other people, you know? I mean, it was still a fun experience, even if I did bad back then, because I was so new to the series that it was just fun. Now, as a longtime fan, that system kind of alienates you. Yeah, you want to be able to, you know, play competitively and try hard, but you also want to be able to go in and just, you know, show off your skill. And when you're never able to do that, I don't really see the fun. I think that fun factor is taken out of the game completely. But that's just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I could drag on. I can go on and on and on about it. It doesn't do me any good too. I've been saying this pretty much the whole year. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you guys think the same, try and be civil in the discussion, please. We all know how the internet can be nowadays. I hope everyone has a good day, and yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts.